I'm guessing you didn't pick me so I could come up here and tell you to shoot for the moon, because even if you missed, you'll land among the stars. Which is true. But that's not my style, and that's not why you picked me. I'm guessing you picked me for a little bit of truth and some discomfort and maybe a silly joke, if you're lucky. But before all that, I want to take a moment for us to again collectively acknowledge that we're holding this ceremony on Indigenous land. And I'd like to express my appreciation and reverence for the Indigenous people who have and continue to hold and keep this land. And I want to honor that I'm saying these words, not because I thought to do it on my own, but at the suggestion of O.C. Gorman, a staff person that I respect and admire. So I want to speak specifically to the people graduating today. We are all so excited to see what you do next, but as you go out into the world, please don't forget about us here at Hampshire. The activist work that you did while you were here isn't over. As Shelley Rosen, where are you, Shelley? Hi! As Shelley Rosen said, Hampshire is a sandbox. Do not let these spectacular sandcastles that you've spent the past few years building get knocked over. Stay invested and continue to ask these questions over and over until you get answers, and not just answers that placate you, but genuine answers. Don't let the words you hear today, no matter how lovely they are, lull you into complacency as you leave. Ask, what is Hampshire doing to promote student mental health, to ensure accessibility for folks with disabilities, to support students of color, to support the James Baldwin Scholars, to support survivors of sexual violence? What is Hampshire doing to ensure that employees are paid and treated fairly? And what you'll hear is that Hampshire is better than other institutions, and I'm guilty of saying that myself, but is better good enough? Even though Hampshire, like all institutions, has their issues because capitalism, colonialism, patriarchy, etc., Hampshire is an institution that is made up of faculty and staff who did their absolute best to support you in getting here today. And you might even be planning to personally thank a faculty member or introduce them to the people who came here with you. But don't forget about the staff. People like Arania Muniz, who's literally made this campus her home for 8 years and has raised her daughter here. And she's here today to see her warrior goddess niece, Katie Laura, graduate. People like Shannon De Silva, who's supported countless students, even in a short time here, and holds your stories of trauma in her heart. Like Emily Rimmer, who works from early morning until late at night to make huge, meaningful national events like the Queer Conference happen. And Liza Neal, who is love and light and compassion on a sometimes dark campus. And O.C. Gorman, who literally worked herself sick advocating for students. And Melissa Scheid France, who I think is hanging out somewhere over there. I think I might have seen her. Somebody's pointing. She's hiding under a tree. Make sure you thank her. She gave so much of herself to Hampshire and held us together for so many years that she needed to move on because this place, as you know, is hard. And thank the facilities people like Gracie Sutcliffe, who will probably be here. She's great, right? Who will probably be here long after you leave today, cleaning up. Thank them, but better yet, just don't leave any trash behind and clean up after yourselves. And don't leave any trash in the dorms or the mods either when you move out. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge the people who aren't here for whatever reason, because they're undocumented and couldn't access higher ed. Because they didn't get enough financial aid. Because they lost their lives to police violence. Because they needed to stay home to support their family. Because they had to leave home at a young age for their safety. Because they needed to take medical leave. Because somebody hurt them. This is their day too. So if I could distill everything that I want you to know down into just a few bullet points, here's what I want you to know. Believe people when they say they've been hurt. And when you hurt somebody, because we all will, say, I'm sorry, and I'll do what I can to fix this. You can do anything, but not everything. So choose how you spend your time intentionally, because your time is precious and it is priceless. Have compassion for yourselves and treat yourselves like you would a dear friend. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other, because you are irreplaceable. Seek out people who make you feel good about yourself and like you're easy to love. People who validate you but still challenge you to grow. Speak up when you see injustice and step up when you can to help others. Finally, because this is a day of celebration, I want you to laugh at least once while I'm talking. So I'm going to tell you my very favorite joke. It also happens to be the only joke that I can ever remember. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh? 10 tickles. Thanks. So thank you all for choosing me to speak in front of you. I remember a couple years ago, Laverne Cox said that she wasn't someone who's used to being chosen, and I'm not either. And so I'm really honored to be here today and honored to stand up here in front of you all. So congratulations and thank you.